Why is Maitreya Buddha the head of all Buddhas? The true identity of the future Buddha. Even many Bodhisattvas can't believe it. Beyond the topic of verbal service, 7 treasures lotus platform layers. Reflecting the glazed sea view of the 3,000 worlds. According to Maitreya, there were 5.67 billion years before the Buddha was born. But a debate about the unbestowed by the Buddhas. It has exploded in the void outside the door of the sky. Sakyamuni Buddha Density Priest. Maitreya connects to the 5th Buddha, but the successor of the shuttle world. How to talk about the head of the Buddhas. The green corpse under the seat of Manjushri roars with its head held high. The golden and bronze bells are surging in doubt. The stone Buddhas each lead a pure land. Amitabha's Western bliss. There are trillions of dependents in the pure glass world that wants to give Buddha. Maitreya, but Judu green inner garden. The statement is not given. How can you stand above the Buddhas? As soon as this statement comes out, layers of ripples suddenly appeared in the void. The 6 crows and white elephant of Puxi and Bodhisattva ponder. The Jingting willows in the hands of Guanyin Bodhisattva trembled slightly. The hall of the rider of Kizo Bodhisattva is supported by the ground, as if perceiving some profound truth. In Liantai town surrounded by Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, only Maitreya Buddha still smiles. The open-chested cloth bag swayed gently with a smile. As if I don't care about this debate. Venerable Bluestone's words are bad. The venerable family industry dedicated his life from the meditation of Jizu mountain, haunted by the dung handed down by the Buddha Shakyamuni. Sweep the doctor's habitat. The blessed one said before he was jealous of Maitreya. 3 realms. Sanji Yanmu. Such praise. Never given to other Buddhas. It's just that the meaning of this song is deeper than my meaning. He raised his hand. In the void, a scene showing the summit of Sakyamuni Buddha Maitreya. When the golden palm reaches the top, 3,000 great thousand worlds, 6 kinds of vibrations. The light becomes full of 10 square heavens and void heavens. I only wish that the Holy One would receive this law. It's just the vice president of politics and law. Manjushri holding rui eyebrows. The eyes of the mind are open. We all know that Maitreya is a bodhisattva who lives a lifetime. It's not good to make up for it after all. How can we reach the 3 Buddhas who have become enlightened? The voice has not yet fallen. Dushi Tinne Yuan. Suddenly came a burst of ancient and self-evident sky. 50 billion the light at the same time. Countless lianua materialized from the void. The word mantra appears on every petal. Maitreya Buddha got up slowly. Boundless treasures fell from the cloth bag. Turn into stars. The venerable ones. Follow me into the inner court today. Look at the source that even the Buddhas have not entered. Truth. He raised his hand and moved to the glazed staircase, extending from Liantai to Tusu Tian. Treasure-shaped gods on both sides of the ladder. God Ward and the 5 great Hufa are leading the way. Sitting in the 7 treasures, the sky is full of sunlight. The Academy of Astronomy is completely different from the nerves of the heavens. No complicated palaces and pavilions, only a boundless sea of Sigwan. There are countless crystal-clear courtyard beads floating on the sea. Each one records a sentient being. Good thoughts and prayers. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas tread the sea, slipping, step-by-step fragrance. It's not an alarm symbol coming from my ears. It was the sound of the universe at the beginning. This is the female Genkai. Maitreya Buddha stops. Fingertips tap the sea. A beam of light and wood emerged in response. A man in light eyes dressed in simplicity. The overflowing immortals are attacking. The whole body exudes a soft light. Surrounded by birds and cursed flowers and plants bloom for him. Even the fiercest of beasts become meek as a lamb before him. This is everything to the light immortal. Puxi and Bodhisattva, teachers and students exclaimed, all the most bright immortals' compassion karma do not apply to the final record. This immortal did not kill because of his kindness. Make a wish that all living beings will be free from suffering. Stumped him to you. Maitreya Buddha smiled with sweaty hands. The immortal in the light eyes suddenly opened his mouth. It sounds like Maitreya. Before the boundless festival, for all the brightest immortals. See all living beings sink into the sea of misery. Then he made his first great wish to feminize the stone, so that all Buddhas can become enlightened, so that all living beings can be free from suffering. The voice just fell. The loving light around the ancestors turned into thousands of streamers. Fly to the universe. Every streamer falls to the ground. Then a Buddha became a Buddha in the local site. The nectar in the net screen of Guanyin Bodhisattva suddenly boiled, turned into water mist. Could it be that the city roads of the Buddhas in the 10 directions, all from your female blessing? He remembered his original wish to save the suffering. Just realize now, that constant stream of compassion, it actually came out of the same yuan as the sexual essence. See? Not a blessing. It's homologous. Maitreya Buddha raises his hand. Older images emerge in the light. The beginning of the chaos of the universe. Only an invisible and ignorant female line of origin. He is silent, boundless. Because I can't bear the sinking of sentient beings. With the differentiation, the Dharmakaya of the Buddhas of the 3rd generation of Shifa. Let the Buddhas educate all beings in one world. And I realize the Bodhisattva image. Zidu leads the sky to protect this female Benyuanhai. That's not possible. The nether Buddha light around the Bodhisattva Jizeng trembled slightly. I went to hell to save sentient beings. It depends on its own resentment. How can I share the same origin with you? He just finished speaking. The staff in his hand suddenly issued a Wang Ming. The word mantra appears on the ring of the tent, echoing the light of the female sea of origin. Maitreya Buddha sighed. Fingertips pointing to Zizeng of Kizo Bodhisattva. The Venerable knows that you have set up hell. It is the grand time of not becoming a Buddha. The obsession in my heart that cannot bear the suffering of all sentient beings. It's the gossip of female origin. Although the resentment of the Buddhas in the 10 directions has its own emphasis, but it all comes from this word. If there is no female, wisdom becomes empty talk. Practice has no home. The venerable family property suddenly saluted, pulling out an old manure sweeper. It was Shakyamuni Buddha on his deathbed. A token passed to him before. The Blessed One commanded me Maitreya before he was jealous. The foundation of Buddha, source of law. I didn't understand at the time. Today we know the fundamentals of what the Blessed One said. This is the origin of sex. He swept the dung into the air. The clothing turns into a golden light and merges into the female origin sea. The sea surface suddenly set off layers of ripples. A scene showing the Taoist priests of Sakyamuni Buddha city. The moment when Sakyamuni Buddha was in government under the Bodhi tree. It was a stream of light from the female sea of origin. Between his eyebrows, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are immersed in shock. The female sea of origin suddenly fluctuated violently. A huge lotus platform rose from the bottom of the sea. 7 ancient Buddhas sat on the top of the lotus platform. Wetfi Shava Buddha, Julasan Buddha, Gunashev, Family Buddha, Burning Lamp, Ancient Buddha. It is the past 7 Buddhas recorded in Buddhist scriptures. Maitreya Venerable, stay safe. Lamp Gufo opening. The voice resounded through the void like red. Today's meeting of Buddhas, officially to uncover the truth of the forgotten animal book. He raised his hand. An ancient past appears in the void. Before Wuliang festival, all the most light immortals say in Lingjiashan. In the past, all 7 Buddhas were his sitting disciples. When the immortals saw them follow up, so they were tricked one by one. Make them see Buddha in different endings. Educate all beings. What? Rui in the hands of Manjushri almost fell to the ground. Everybody knows that you are the future Buddha of Sakyamuni Buddha Koji. But I don't know that you were actually the sacrificial teacher of the past 7 Buddhas. This reversal is too surprising. Even the Bodhisattvas who have already achieved silent forbearance, all in disbelief, duty. Randing Buddha smiled slightly. Venerable Maitreya is not a future Buddha. It's the Buddha. His Dharmakaya lives with the universe, beginning and end. Just because the female essence doesn't want to bow. Only then did he realize the vision of a bodhisattva. The expiration of the period of enlightenment of the Buddhas, incarnate into the next life. Renewing Buddhism. It perpetuates the female essence. He looks at Maitreya, eyes full of respect. Back then, I planned for Sakyamuni Buddha. It is the order of His Holiness Maitreya. Dharma is being passed on through convergence. Pipo Shifo added. Connect 1,000 Buddhas. They are all transformed by the females of the Venerable Maitreya. From the first Buddha to the Buddha. To the 4th Buddha is to join never. To the 5th Buddha Maitreyan incarnation. In fact, it is the manifestation of the female origin at different times. The so-called head of the Buddhas. It's not about power. It's the history of origins, roots of education. Maitreya Buddha shook his head gently. All Buddhas are equal, nothing high and low. The reason why I am the elephant of faithfulness. But it's because the female is the source of all laws. Just like a mirror. The mirror body is a female Dharmakaya. The Buddhas are images in the mirror. Although there are thousands of images, the mirror body is consistent. He raised his hand and pointed to the female sea of origin. The sea suddenly appeared. The Dharmakaya of the Buddhas of Shifang 3. All the beautiful hearts of the Dharmakaya have a kind light. Eventually converge into the figure of Maitreya Buddha. Guanyin Bodhisattva finally understood at this moment. Why is your ability to save suffering? Can become full of 10 square. That's because the female origin has long been integrated into the hearts of all living beings. He looked at Maitreya and saluted. The true identity of His Holiness. Even waiting for me, Bodhisattvas who have practiced countless calamities have never noticed. If not revealed today, I'm afraid I will always be deceived by the appearance of the future Buddha. Appearance awareness is convenient. Maitreya Buddha filial piety. I cite the image of the future Buddha. It is because it has not left hope for all beings in the end of the Dharma period. Shixian Bodhisattva. It is the origin of the female being who treats all living beings equally. It is to make the Buddhas understand. The ultimate of spiritual practice is not self-contained. It's back to the female. Breadth of all beings. The light of the female sea of origin is getting softer and softer. The figure of Maitreya Buddha gradually merges with the sea water, transform into boundless loving light. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas bathed in light. Intuition, physical and mental purity. Doubts that I never noticed before suddenly became clear. And you know why I take my last name. Take Aido for the people. The voice of Maitreya Buddha came from the void. Kindred, female-oriented, Idor. Incompetence wins. It's not defeating others. It's about overcoming selfishness and indifference. Encompass everything with magnetism, change everything. Maitreya itself reappears in Mother Light. Story South India Palanai Teburi village. Maitreya son of Brahman. His name was Janman. Compassionate since childhood. See living beings kill animals and eat meat, I can't bear it. Then he set up the jewelry of life without knowing ears, noses, heads, hands and feet to facilitate the journey of happiness with the right to good, the wish to know the supreme truth. He taught the Chinese villagers to be kind to the living, resolve conflicts with compassion, even if they are misunderstood and persecuted. Never wavered in compassion. This wish seems simple. In fact, it covers the core of the Buddha's practice. Puxian Bodhisattva laments the attendance of Venerable Manjushri. I am the main line, the main monument of Venerable Guanyin, Venerable Kiso. The final destination. It's all this kindness. Female of great sorrow. He remembered his Shida wish. Behind every grievance. Can't do without the support of the female. Without compassion. Paying homage to the Buddhas becomes an exercise. Praise the Tathagata and become a Zen sister. Extensive cultivation and support become obsession. The nether of Jizo Bodhisattva, Buddha light blends with female light. The most miserable beings in hell. It seems that I also feel this compassion. The wailing of pain gradually turned into the chanting of repentance. I go to hell to save sentient beings, but it has never been able to completely eradicate the suffering of hell. No, today. Only the female can awaken the original heart of all living beings, to make hell empty. He looked at the female north one high. The obsession in my heart suddenly became clear. The so-called founder Bodhi. It's not about saving sentient beings one by one. It's about feminizing. Make them spontaneously do good. This is the original intention of Maitreya Buddha. The helpless Buddha suddenly appeared from the void. He is the founder of yoga. Zheng Dingsheng led the sky to listen to Maitreya Church. Promote yoga. Classics such as Wetland Theory. Back then, I was willing to listen to His Holiness in Tulu. I just feel infinite wisdom. I only found out today that what the Venerable preached is the acute point of time. The core is to turn the time into an ambition. Return to this trip. He lamented the dyed stem seeds in the Eli leaf stone. They all have female roots. The stem is a manifestation of the female. The seed is a shade for the female. The process of practice is to break through the cover. Complete the female. The voice of Maitreya Buddha rings again. Although the names of the Buddhas in the 10 directions are different, but it is all to guide all beings back to the female. Steva Zeng Island of Sakyamuni Buddha. It is to let sentient beings get rid of their troubles through practice. A pure female. 48 distance of Amitabha. It is for the convenience of the pure land. Let all beings nourish females in a good environment. The 12 vows of medicine Buddha. It is to heal the body and mind of all beings with medicine and diet. It gives them the ability to practice femininity. The female Bayuanhai suddenly set off a huge wave. Countless Yuan levas converged into a huge Dharma body. That's the body of Maitreya Buddha, Puruzanavo, with Sakyamuni Buddha. The Dharmakaya of Amitabha Buddha is one, regardless of each other. Dharmakaya, surrounded by the incarnations of the Buddhas of Shifang 3. Respect the assistant like the stars and the moon. This is the true meaning of the head of the Buddhas. The opening of Maitreya's Dharmakaya. Ring talk. Dharmakaya fearless times convenient high and low. The reason why I am called a hand. Not because I became a Buddha before the Buddhas. High merit. It's because my Dharmakaya is of female origin. The Dharmakaya of all Buddhas originated from this. The communication of all Buddhas is suitable for this. He raised his hand. The truth of 3 lives and 4 lands appears in the void. Dharmakaya skin poison Jana Buddha lives in Changji Guangtu. Bob Lushner lives in full of solemn soil. Because the incarnation lives in a prosperous cohabitation land, with convenience and spare land. The Dharmakaya of all Buddhas is of the same female origin. The abalone body is a manifestation of female merit, because incarnation is a convenience for femininity. Wine is like a mirror, the mirror body is a female Dharmakaya. The image in the mirror is the incarnation of the Buddhas. The images are different. Still body always. Lamp up, Buddha added. Back then, I was taboo for Sakyamuni Buddha. It did not grant him the qualification to become a Buddha, but to tell him when he can become a female. When will you become enlightened? Venerable Maitreya Vision Future Buddha. It is to advanced scholars in the Dharma of Sakyamuni Buddha. Suspicion incarnates the next life. Rekindle the female fire of all beings. Make Buddhism last forever. Manjushri. At this moment, I finally let go of the obsession in my heart. Between the eyebrows, the wisdom I blooms bright light. I was obsessed with wisdom. But I don't know that the ultimate wisdom is a female. If there is no female, wisdom is like water without a chance. Tomb of no origin. After all, it cannot benefit all beings. Venerable Maitreya established Buddhas with females. Is the true head of the Buddhas. Purified bottle willow branches in the hands of Guanyin Bodhisattva. Tap lightly. The hydration of the female sea of origin. Sprinkle to Shifang 3. The mountain root that nourishes countless sentient beings. From now on, I'm not just trying to save lives. We should also promote the female method of Venerable Maitreya. Let all beings understand that compassion is not weakness, but the most powerful force. Jizang Bodhisattva stood up. The netherworld Buddha light is fully integrated with the feminine light. I will preach in hell the source of compassion. Make the most suffering beings repent. Awaken their females from the sea of misery as soon as possible. He looked at the Dharmakaya of Maitreya Buddha and saluted. The true identity of His Holiness shocked me. But it also made me wait until I found the ultimate direction of my practice. The body of Maitreya gradually shrinks, reincarnated into a topless cloth bag monk. Female origin. The sea has also returned to calm. It's just that the Yuanli pearls on the sea are becoming more and more crystal clear, exuding a soft light. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas return to the lotus platform. Look into the eyes of Maitreya Buddha, full of gold and admiration. 5.67 billion years later, I will be born. Become a Buddha under the Longhua tree in Hualan Garden. Held the Longhua 3 meetings. Maitreya Buddha smiled and said, the first will 9.6 billion beings. The second will 9.4 billion sentient beings. The third will 9.2 billion sentient beings. All these beings are saved by the female, celebrated by females. He raised his hand. The void reveals the scene of the future world. 80,000 years old. Feng Deng. All beings live in harmony. There is no struggle. There are people with goodwill everywhere, practicing the 10 good pathways. That's the full manifestation of Maitreya's original will. The venerable family property sweeps the portion of Sakyamuni Buddha. Put away again. Eyes full of relief. The Blessed One put the Dharma into you back then. It is knowing your female origin can make Buddhism last forever. I will continue to Zen on Jizu Mountain, waiting for you to go to the Saint Room. At that time, I will hand over a wave of the Blessed One to you. Complete the legacy. The six-toothed white elephant of Puxian Bodhisattva emits a long bell. Resound through the void. I will assist your education with the 10 wish kings. Let all beings be compassionate in practice. Arrive at the other side of Bodhi as soon as possible. Manjushri Bodhisattva holds Rui's eyebrows. Intelligent deduction has been brilliant. I will use the light of wisdom, the female path that illuminates all living beings. Break their confusion. Understand your true heart. Maitreya Buddha laughed. Countless lotus flowers fell from the cloth bag. Turn into clouds. The Buddhas are concentric. Female homology. The so-called hands of the Buddhas, but to guide all beings back to their female origin. As long as there is compassion in the hearts of all beings, love in the eyes, everyone is a Buddha. Pure land everywhere. In the void, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas chanted together the ascension of Maitreya. The voice is soft and solemn, spread all over the world. There are 5 gods in the earring pocket green heaven. The first god is called Bao Zhuang, inside the walls of the 7 treasures and 3 palaces. The second great god is called Ward. The third god in Zhonghua is called Shang Ying, in sandalwood. The fourth god is called Joy and Wishful Pearl. The fifth god is called Zhenjin, sound reaching out of heavy water. The light of the female sea of origin turned into thousands of streamers. Integrate into the heart of every living being. Whether it is a bodhisattva who is practicing, or sentient beings who have fallen into the sea of misery, they all felt a warm and powerful force. That's the call of the female line, is the direction home. Maitreya Buddha still smiles. He knew the mystery wasn't over. It's the beginning of the experience. Longhua 3 times after 5.67 billion years. It's just another manifestation of the female essence. And true practice. It has never been obsessed with the gifts of the Buddhas. It's about living compassion. A pure female in social interaction. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas disperse. The loving light of the Heavenly Guard Academy is still warm. Maitreya Buddha sits on the shore of a female North Wanhai, watching countless pigs in the yard float and twinkle on the sea. The smile on my face is getting brighter. He knows, when all beings can understand the truth about femininity, when all the Buddhas are united in promoting the female method, that is the true return of all Buddhas to Yuan. The true Pure Land appears. And all this will be dragons from 5.67 billion years later. H3C begins. Start with the awakening of the female line in the heart of every living being.